This is a rhino, according to a guy who never saw one, spoke to one, or stood within 1,000 miles of one. And for the next 300 years, this was the only rhino Europe believed in. Cute, right? Except we are doing the exact same thing today, right now, with something that lives in your pocket. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you the one mental glitch connecting a 500-year-old painter, a witch doctor in South Sudan, and the AI you asked a question to this morning. Same glitch. 3 wildly different centuries. Stick around, it gets worse before it gets better. 1515. Albrecht Dürer, one of the greatest artists who ever lived, gets a letter. Somebody in India describes a rhinoceros to somebody in Portugal, who describes it to Dürer, who has never left Europe. So he does what any reasonable genius would do. He just draws what the words sound like. Armor plates, little dragon legs, and for reasons nobody has ever satisfactorily explained, a bonus second horn just chilling on its back. Nobody else in Europe had seen one either, so nobody could call it out. His fake rhino got photocopied, well hand copied, they didn't have Xerox, into science textbooks for 3 centuries. One man's guess became established fact, purely because it looked confident enough on paper. Keep that phrase in your pocket, confident enough, because it is about to ruin your relationship with your search bar. Early 1900s, meet the Azande. A tree branch falls, hits a guy on the head. An anthropologist named Evans Pritchard is standing right there, notebook ready, fully expecting someone to yell witchcraft. Instead, the guy says termites ate through it, the wood gave out, basic structural failure. Full science, correct science, not a single supernatural word. But then he asks one more question, and this is where it gets interesting. Why did the branch break at that exact second, with him sitting under it and not 5 minutes earlier or later? Science shrugs. Science says nothing, so he fills the gap with the word witchcraft. And Evans Pritchard has a realization that would flip anthropology on its head. This isn't a dumber brain. It's the exact same cause and effect machinery we use in a physics lab, just pushed one question further than science currently answers. He didn't abandon logic. He ran out of data and filled the gap with the most convincing story available. There it is again. Convincing. Not true. Convincing. Hold that thought, because your phone's AI does this to you before breakfast most days. 1800s France. Auguste Comte basically invents sociology, and along with it, one of history's smuggest theories. Every society on Earth marches through 3 stages: worshipping fetishes, then philosophizing, then finally the graduation ceremony. Pure science, now purely by coincidence. Take a wild guess which continent he decided had already graduated Europe. Shocking twist. And he wasn't drinking alone. Darwin, Marx, Freud, half the big 19th century brains all built some flavor of history has a finish line. And hey, look, we're already standing on it. Except religion never actually died. Entire communist governments banned it outright, and the moment those governments fell, it came roaring back like it never left. Old ideas don't get evicted when new ones move in, they just become roommates. Radio didn't kill newspapers. TV didn't kill radio. Nothing ever fully replaces the last thing. It just crowds the shelf. And here's the uncomfortable part. We're doing that exact we've reached the final stage thinking again, right now, in real time. Except this time, the throne we've built is for a chatbot. Here's a sentence I want stuck in your head for the rest of the video. AI's job was never to be right. Its job is to sound right. It's not optimizing for truth. It's optimizing for convincing. Familiar yet? The rhino was convincing. The witchcraft explanation was convincing. And right now, roughly 5 million scientific papers get published every single year. That's so many, an expert in even a narrow subfield would need to read 700 papers a month just to keep up. No human on Earth can do that. 70% of published science can't even be reproduced by other scientists. Not because everyone's a fraud. Small sample sizes, cherry-picked statistics, and journals that only ever want the exciting positive result. Now, into that already shaky pile, we're dumping an AI that fabricates studies, invents quotes, and manufactures data, all delivered with the unshakable confidence of a man who's never been wrong in his life. And it gets pettier. AI tends to hand you the answer you were already hoping for, so you stop asking and walk away satisfied. That's not intelligence. That's a very well-dressed version of Dürer guessing what a rhino looks like. So if the rhino was wrong, the witch doctor was wrong, and the AI is wrong on a schedule, how has human knowledge ever actually gotten anywhere? Turns out there's exactly one tool that's beaten this flaw every single time in history, and almost nobody outside a lab ever talks about it. 1903 France. A physicist named Blondlot announces he's discovered a brand new form of radiation. He calls them N-rays. The entire French scientific establishment climbs aboard. Papers get published. National pride is now somehow riding on invisible rays. Then an American physicist visits the lab and, without telling a single soul in the room, quietly removes the key piece of equipment mid-experiment. Blondlot's team keeps detecting N-rays anyway from a machine that at that point physically wasn't there. The rays never existed, not for 1 second. It was confirmation bias plus national pride plus a whole room of very smart people convincing themselves, exactly like the rhino, exactly like the AI. But here's the actual payoff of this whole video. That scandal is the reason we invented double-blind peer review. The one tool that has reliably beaten this flaw throughout history isn't a smarter brain. It's a system engineered specifically to distrust confidence and demand receipts. Whether it's a 500-year-old rhino sketch, a witch doctor, a chatbot with excellent grammar, or your uncle's Facebook post at 2 a.m., the rule never bends. The burden of proof sits with whoever's making the claim, not with you to go dig disprove it. Convincing was never the same thing as true. That's the whole video, right there. So next time an AI hands you an answer in perfect grammar with total, unearned confidence, or next time you're absolutely certain about something you saw once, scrolling at midnight, do the Azande thing. Ask yourself, did I actually verify this? Or did it just sound convincing? Tell me in the comments. Rhino or AI stat? Which one got you? I genuinely read every single one.